Players on the Dallas team. Mayanik at the back there. He's playing against Pelé, who's the world's greatest player. He's playing against Kinalja, who's certainly one of the best centre forwards in the world. He's playing against Topic, who's a first-class Yugoslavian player. Mayanik last season was playing in college soccer, and yet here he is, walking about out there, strolling about in a sense, not hurried, very cultured, very cool, very calm, doing the right thing nearly every time. Very impressive first half for me. Pecha. Perhaps not in the same class of coolness as Mayanik, but doing a solid job out there. And again, Bellinger, I think, in an attacking sense, has got himself into, on 3 or 4 occasions, very good attacking positions. And these 3 young American players, I'm very, very pleased with the way they've played.
You know, and of course, as a general overview, this is what is needed in the North American Soccer League the emergence of the American player.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. This is the way the game is going eventually, and of course we've got to have American players. We've got to have young American players who can start young. Bellinger is interesting in this sense because he's been signed straight out of high school. Mayanik came out of college, Pecha came out of college too. But there is a tendency amongst many people in soccer in this country now to say, these young players have got to be signed early. It's no good them going to college. We've got to get them early, and they've got to play alongside professional players, such as you've got on these teams here. Can they do it? Well, Bellinger is doing it. On the list of reserves for the Cosmos, we have a young man, number 21, Gary Etherington. I don't know whether he'll get into the game or not. Same thing with him, signed straight out of high school.
I don't know I don't know what I was going to ask you is what I don't know.
Well, maybe I'll tell you what you were going to ask me.
Okay, why don't you?
You were going to ask me whether or not, in my opinion, the... Afraid you're going to ask that. That's always a problem. What we can expect in the second half? Am I allowed to say more of the same? I don't think that there'll be any changes. Now, looking at the teams on the field, we'll have to work out whether there are any substitutions. I wouldn't have expected it.
We are back to play in the second half. Scoreless game. This is Keith Eddy, captain of the New York Cosmos. Eddy wearing number 5. Across midfield, long pass. Oops, Kinalja. And it goes across the end line. It'll be a goal kick, Dallas Tornado.
Again, that ball running very, very quickly. Even though the rain seems to have eased off now, the field, of course, is not going to dry that quickly, so we're going to have to cope with this speedy ball zipping away from the players like that.
Really unfortunate that the rain did come, because they had better than 27,000 here last week for the Rochester game in the New York Cosmos, and they had thought of a crowd of about 35,000 this afternoon. Not quite there. Jim Ryan, number 7 for Dallas. Ryan being marked by Charlie Aitken, and the linesman says it's New York throw-in. Aitken wearing number 17. Pelé back to Aitken. This is Dimitrievich. Topic misses. George Lay controls for Dallas. Kevin Cooley, number 10. Mifflin, number 15 for New York. Steve Hunt and Neil Cohen, number 2. And Roy Turner, number 6 for Dallas. Jim Ryan, nice pass out on the wing. But it's taken by Mike Dillon, number 20 of New York. Back to Aitken. Jim Ryan marks him. Just about makes the tackle. Can't quite get the ball, but does get the Dallas throw-in, Paul.
Certainly got to admire the stamina of the Dallas players, because they're retreating very quickly onto defense. They break very quickly onto attack. And you saw, gathered around Aitken when he was trying to clear the ball, you saw 3 Dallas players around him.
Tony Bellinger will be with the throw-in for Dallas. Jim Ryan. And referee Jim Hyatt says foul.
I suppose that's sort of backing in, we would call that, on Ryan, sort of backing into the New York defensive player there.
Keith Eddy, number 5 for New York. Has control, looks upfield. Now decides to pass, but it's intercepted by George Lay of Dallas, number 3. Back to Neil Cohen. Cohen on the right side. Tony Bellinger has to wait for the ball because it's slowed down on the wet surface.
Would you say the ball was sticking in the mud? I don't know what sort of mud you have in these games.
Here's Ryan. Shot is over the goal. Goal kick, New York Cosmos.
On that interception just now, a good example. Looked like a good interception coming forward there by George Lay. Actually, I think it was more a case of the ball, again, not getting to its target. It's simply stuck in the artificial plastic mud that presumably we have underneath the artificial plastic grass.
Artificial plastic mud.
Is there no such thing?
I had not learned of it until just now. Roy Turner and Pelé. Nice header by Turner. Tony Bellinger, number 17. Here comes the Tornado on the attack. Inside the danger zone now, but it's taken away by New York. And here come the Cosmos. They're on the run. This is Mifflin, Ramon Mifflin, number 15. He's got Topic out on the right side. Nice pass inside the penalty box area. Left-footed kick by Canaglia, and it's headed away, but still in the air, and finally kicked out of danger by Neil Cohen.
I don't think George Lay would be too pleased to hear him say that he headed that away, but I think it hit him on the head, and he was a little unsure where he was for a second or two after that.
Mifflin, number 15 for New York. Nice pass taken by Dallas, and Cooley sends it back to Ken Cooper. Glenn Meyernick, number 15 for the Tornado. Youngster from Hardwick College. Across midfield.
Very good ball out of defense by Meyernick, right to the feet there. John O'Hare running into collected in a position where the man marking him behind him has no chance of getting to it at all.
This is Hunt. And Pelé with Roy Turner, number 6. It'll be a New York throw-in. Last touch by a Dallas player on the far touchline. No score in the game, 40 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. Inside the danger zone, Steve Hunt, Pelé, coming to the right. And Cooper comes out to make the stop. I don't know, Paul, was he trying to pass then, or was that a shot on goal?
No, I think that was meant to be a pass, and again, pushed too far ahead. And also another matter of kicking too much on it. In other words, hit too hard. Not, in soccer terms, not weighted properly. Beautiful
Here
pass
comes
there.
Aiken, fine pass. Aiken will center. Cooper out to make the stop. Tried to find Topic, but Cooper was there in front.
Cooper was there, but the referee's blown his whistle. There was some pushing going on there between Canaglia and Pecha. Pushing by Canaglia, of course, so free kick to Dallas.
Glenn Meyernick, number 15 for the Tornado.
Well, the referee's going to make him take that again. I don't know why.
41 career shutouts, North American Soccer League record for Ken Cooper. He established that 41st one last week against St. Louis. Steve Pecha to Meyernick. Pelé comes over to mark him. You can see how the ball slows up on this surface. They really can't be that accurate with the passes, I would guess.
Well, you see, that's the problem. A soccer player used to pushing the ball on the ground like that does it with a certain amount of weight from his foot, and he knows how much it's going to do. Here, he's going to have to hit it harder.
This is Topic, number 18. Topic inside the penalty box. Ballinger tries to defend. And what have we, Paul?
Well, we have a lot of boos from the crowd because they think Pecha handled that ball, but in fact, what we're going to get is a free kick to Dallas because the New York Cosmos player was offside. In other words, he got beyond all the Dallas players except the goalkeeper, and that's a no-no in soccer. You're not allowed to do that.
No score in the game, 38:55 remaining in the first half. From the Meadowlands in New Jersey, this is Dallas Tornado Soccer.
Hi, I'm Ken Cooper. And while I stay on top of the game, I want to tell you about a great soccer ball offer from Dr. Pepper. You can get an official Dr. Pepper soccer ball like this one for only $8.95 plus 6 Dr. Pepper bottle cap liners. Get your soccer ball by mailing $8.95 plus 6 bottle cap liners to Dr. Pepper Soccer, P.O. Box 29223, Dallas, Texas 75229. Get your soccer ball today from the most original soft drink ever, Dr. Pepper.
We're back with no score in the ball game. 38-12 remaining in the ball game. Roy Turner for Dallas, number 6. Neil Cohen, number 2. Here's Ballinger inside the danger zone, but nice tackle by Dmitrievich, number 3. And on the right side, long pass, but Cooper will come out and make the stop. Then Meyernick back with him.
Whoops, that certainly looked like a handball on Cohen there.
I think it did.
Yeah. But you see, the referee really has the discretion whether to call that or not. In soccer, the fouls, the handballs, the trips have to be intentional. Now, look at this. Was this intentional or not? I think it probably was intentional. On second thoughts, I would have said no originally, but I think it was. If it wasn't intentional, the referee should not, by the rules of the game, call it.
Well, that's the advantage of instant replay. We have the chance to second-guess even ourselves.
That's true, yeah. But I'm not too happy about it when it proves I was wrong.
Paul Gardner, our analyst this afternoon. This is George Lay. Heads it back out. Charlie Aitken. Nice pass by Aitken. And he's got the ball back. Charlie Aitken, number 17. Steve Hunt, number 11. Cosmos looking for the shot now. It's taken by Steve Hunt up and over the goal, and it'll be goal kick Dallas.
You see the referee almost getting into the action on that play there. Again, an interesting little factor in soccer. If the ball does hit the referee, and from time to time in a game it does, it is still in play. So if you make a nice pass to your teammate and the referee gets in the way and it bounces to an opponent, tough luck. The ball stays with your opponent and it's still in play.
This is Jim Ryan being marked very closely by Charlie Aiken.
Certainly is close to him. Looks like they're strapped together.
And the foul is called.
That was a throw.
No,
but the question is to whom? Well, it's to New York.
Cosmos threw in. And there's there's our friend Dina.
Was that who kept my seat warm here?
That's it.
He did a good job.
I wish everybody could have seen Paul and Dina at lunch yesterday.
He has better table manners than I do, I was told afterwards.
Ken Cooper, number 1 for the Tornado. Cosmos get it right back. Ramon Mifflin and Glenn Meyernick, both wearing number 15. Mifflin in white. Cosmos in control. Good ball. Oh, great pass. This is Bob Smith.
Well, let's take a look at that, see how that developed. A beautiful ball there, a through pass to Bobby Smith. Steve Hunt, little thick, muscular little legs churning away. A superb pass through everybody. Look at that, like threading a needle. Bobby Smith takes it beautifully there, pushing it low. Not low, high. I'll have to learn the language here.
What a great pass by Steve Hunt, Paul.
Absolutely superb. Went through everybody.
That is the first goal the Tornado has given up in 1977, other than a penalty kick by Rod Marsh of Tampa Bay. A shot on goal by the Tornado just wide to the right.
Well, that was an example of what I was talking about at half-time. The Cosmos defense, they're having trouble with those long balls coming in. Here comes Steve Hunt, churning his little way through there, pushed with the inside of the foot. See that left foot? 1, 2, 3, 4 players that went past. Beautifully taken by Bobby Smith there. And I think you have to say that Cooper guessed that ball was going left and Bobby Smith hooked it over him going to Cooper's right.
So the scoreless tie is broken and New York takes a 1-0 lead. On the first goal the Tornado has given up, other than that penalty kick by Rod Marsh in the game against Tampa Bay. 1-0. And here's Pelé. Pelé on the march. Pelé being marked by Bellinger, tries to find Topic, and it's over the end line. Corner kick, I believe.
Corner kick because the ball was played last by a Dallas defender. You see there was a little bit of sort of pinball there, and finally it came off the Dallas defender, so New York had a corner kick. Ball placed in the angle of the corner. There's Hunt placing it, taking it quickly.
Topic, number 18, tried to find Pelé, but it's kicked out of trouble. This is Charlie Aitken, number 17.
See how on his own he is up there? The Dallas players only just getting out to him. They were all back defending in the penalty area.
Keith Eddy, number 5. Here's Bob Smith, who just scored the goal. Bob Smith with a header, and this will be a goal kick for the Tornado. 33-45 remaining, 1-0. New York leads it from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. This is Dallas Tornado soccer. 1-0. New York leads with 33 minutes to go. Vern Lundquist and Paul Gardner, a New York goal kick now following an Aaron Dallas shot. Bob Smith, one of the American players in the North American Soccer League with the goal of the assist from Steve Hunt.
Well, the irony, the paradox of that is, as I said earlier, that Bob Smith was signed to his first professional contract by El Miller when El Miller was coaching the old Philadelphia Atoms. And it was El Miller who had confidence in Bob Smith and brought him along. What a fine athlete he is, etc., etc. Built up his confidence, turned him into a very good fullback. And now he comes along and does a despicable thing like this. Scores against his old coach.
This is Pelé, Meyernick and Pelé. Pelé with a little dipsy-doodle. Ball is still free. Pelé with the pass. Mifflin. Back to Topic. Pelé. Topic kicked out by the Tornado. It'll be a New York throw-in.
Some wonderful stuff there. Very, very close little passing. Here we come, Pelé. Meyernick's sort of running backwards there. Pelé stays on his feet, balances, gets the ball round, pushes it outside Bellinger. Here's Mifflin again. On the ground again there, Topic. Look at that close little stuff there. So finally it's whacked away there. Very dangerous stuff. Very difficult to defend against that.
Steve Petcher was the fellow who kicked it out of trouble. And now we have an offside rule against New York, and the Tornado will get it back with 31-47 remaining in the ball game. New York on top, 1-0. Tornado undefeated coming into the ball game. They had defeated in consecutive weeks St. Louis and Tampa Bay.
We've got a slight gap, hiatus here because Meyernick, you can see him in the background there, he's bending down and putting his shoe back on. I hesitate to say Pelé faked him out of his shoes on that previous play, but that is evidently what happened. He lost his shoe. Well, he's got it back on again now, so away we go.
George Lay, number 3. Tornado at home next Saturday night at Ownby against San Jose. Topic is lurking near George Lay. Meyernick has it right now. Headed away by Kevin Kuehling. Tony Ballinger.
Noticeable, Vern, since the New York goal, I think Dallas have been doing more attacking in the last 5 minutes, almost than they did in the rest of the half so far. It's inspired them.
This is Mike Dillon for New York inside the danger zone. Topic, number 18. Crossing pass. Hunt with the goal shot, but it's over the goal, and it'll be goal kick Dallas.
Looked like a dangerous attack by New York, but when Hunt did finally get the ball, he was in a position almost on the goal line. Very difficult to do anything from that.
Danger zone penetrations, the Cosmos 41, the Tornado 24. And keep in mind that what we are statistically analyzing for you there are the number of times each team is inside their opponent's 35-yard line, or the offside line. So the Cosmos lead it 41-24. Goal kick by Ken Cooper. John O'Hare slips and can't control, and Charlie Aitken takes it for New York. Aitken up to Steve Hunt. Oh, Neil Cohen kicks it away. It'll be a throw-in. 30 minutes and 29 seconds remaining from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Our score 1-0. This is Dallas Tornado soccer. Pitch for New York. Has control. Comes across midfield. He's got Bob Smith lurking out in the wing, but Smith pulls up, and here's the pass to Canaglia, and Cooper with the stop. Ever dangerous Giorgio Canaglia just about had the second goal of the game.
His shot, I think, was placed well. He wanted to get it wide of Cooper, which he did, but of course he didn't have enough on it. The speed wasn't there. Cooper is down there to smother the ball. But of course you have to bear in mind, again, we keep getting back to this slippery ball. Almost any sort of shot that the goalkeeper has to play is dangerous because of the possibility of it slipping out of his grasp.
George Lay to Alan Hinton. Hinton.
Nice ball.
Shep Messing has control.
And there we have an example of a ball. Shep Messing, who's usually a very aggressive goalkeeper, trying to punch the ball and sort of mispunching it, and the ball went straight up in the air. Here's his punch. Only one hand, and while he was barged there, you see, but the ball went straight up in the air. Normally, Shep Messing would punch that ball out to the 35-yard line. He loves doing it. He likes punching things.
Back to live action. Pelé to Aitken over on the left wing. Aitken has it back. Knocked away by Jim Ryan. Throw in New York. Quickly taken. Keith Eddy, Cosmos captain. Eddy looks for Bob Smith on the far side. Smith up in the air. This is Topic with a shot wide to the left side.
And as he took that shot, the linesman on this side of the field, his red flag went into the air. Canaglia again had run forward too far, too quickly, and was offside.
This is Alan Hinton, Tornado captain, from Wednesday, England, his hometown.
No, is that what it says on the list?
Is
it
that
should
wrong?
be. Well, it is, yes. I happen to know this because I live near there. It's Wednesbury. It's,
Wednesbury.
Wednesbury. Oh, of course, yes. You know all the time.
Well.
Yes, it's not Wednesday. That's a day of the week, even in England.
Well, you see, it's nice to have you here. You not only provide analytical insight, but correct errors.
That's right. I provide correct errors?
No. Paul Gardner working with us today. We've got 27:49.
I do specialize in that.
There's Dina. I don't think she'll play this afternoon.
No, I think her opportunity is gone. I believe she's not very good in wet weather. I've been told that her ball control suffers on this wet sort of turf.
Mike Stour, a trainer with her. Free kick for the Tornado. 27-28 remaining in the game. 1-0 on Bob Smith's goal here in the second half. Neil Cohen will take the free kick.
You have to wonder how determined Dallas are. They only have 4 players up on this kick.
George Lay coming in from the left side. Lay trying to get free. Takes the shot, but it's knocked out by Mike Dillon. Now, do we have a throw-in or a corner kick?
We have a big discussion here. We have Smith pointing in one direction, Mifflin pointing in the other there. Smith with his back to us. Turn around, Bobby. Well, it is a throw-in after all.
Throw-in. And quickly kicked out, and here come the Cosmos. This is Topic. Being marked by George Lay. Topic at the 35. Looks right where he's got Bob Smith. Goes to the center for Pelé. Nice pass by Pelé to Canaglia. Steve Petcher trying to control Canaglia. Kick back to Bob Smith. Here comes Ballinger to mark him. Pelé chested right by. Pelé double team now. Struggle for it. Foul call.
Pelé with his legs hooked out from underneath him by Turner again. This, of course, is a dangerous situation for Dallas because the ball is probably about 25 yards out. Pelé or Mifflin will take it. You have two examples of different types of kick here. Referee telling those players, get back 10 yards. If Pelé takes it, almost certainly he'll hit it hard. Well, we're seeing the wall trying to get in order. If Mifflin takes it, he'll probably hook it. Pelé runs over it.
Canalia takes the shot. It's wide.
Not more than a foot wide of that. I'm telling you about Pelé and Mifflin, and Canalia takes it. And that, in a way, is a good example of what Al Miller's suffering through, because New York have Canalia's right foot shot, skimming past legs. That looked as though it hit somebody, but apparently the referee said it didn't. It was a goal kick to Dallas, and away we go. I say that's one of the problems Al Miller, the Dallas coach, is having to face up to on those free kicks. New York have several people who can hurt you. I was talking about Pelé and Mifflin, and lo and behold, it's Canalia who takes it and nearly scores.
This is Roy Turner. Alan Hinton passes forward to John O'Hare, back to Alan Hinton, number 11. And Kevin Cooley was offside.
Well, we have New York paying Dallas back in their own coin there. We're going to take a look at this free kick
again, Paul.
Pushed aside, Canalia whacking it with his right foot. And the ball, actually the ball was on target, it curved away, you'll notice.
Neil Cohen tries to control, goes out of bounds, out the New York player. It's a Dallas throw-in. Steve Petcher, number 4 for Dallas. Raymond Mifflin. Referee says play on. This is Topic, back to Pelé. Heads it quickly into Roy Turner. Play on again. Here comes Topic. And Myernick comes over, and Ken Cooper comes out and makes the stop.
Talking earlier on about if the ball hits the referee, of course it did just that. It did hit the referee there. The referee is quite a substantial figure in this game, in this particular game, in both senses of the word. He is in control of the whole game, and Mr. Hyatt, who's our referee today, is a very tall, very big man.
George Lay back to Roy Turner. We've got 24 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. The Tornado trail 1-0. Bob Smith's goal off a tremendous pass from Steve Hunt here in the second half. The only score thus far. Neil Cohen. John O'Hare, number 9. Mike Dillon marking him. This is Charlie Aitken, number 17, controlling for the Cosmos, but he's out across the touchline. It'll be a Dallas throw-in. 23:59 remaining. John O'Hare, number 9. 17 is Charlie Aitken for the Cosmos. And number 7, Jim Ryan for the Dallas Tornado. Looks for John O'Hare. Now looking for Ballinger, and instead settles out for Glenn Myernick at the 35-yard marker. Myernick chips it errantly over the head of Jim Ryan. 23:38 remaining from the Meadowlands of New Jersey. This is Dallas Tornado soccer.
Here's the sports video collection that you've been waiting for. All-American Sports Classic.
Back to live action now with 22 minutes and 59 seconds remaining. Cosmos in control. This is Pelé being marked by Roy Turner. Pelé. Tornado. Jim Ryan just about gets it back. But the Cosmos control as Ramon Mifflin goes out and sends it over to Aitken. Referee Joe Hyatt says play on, and here comes Pelé. Inside the 35, and a shot wide to the right side.
I think that again was blocked by a Dallas defender. I think we're going to get a New York corner kick on this. In other words, it went over the goal line, last played by a defender. Kenny Cooper getting ready to see what's going to happen on this corner kick. He's got some suggestions for his defense there, obviously.
There you get a wide shot and an idea now. They come over to take the corner kick. It'll be taken by Steve Hunt, number 11.
Steve Hunt will take it.
Headed out. Mifflin trying to control. Taken back by the Cosmos. Mifflin again, number 15, in that pile-up. This is Canalia. Canalia being marked by Neil Cohen. Canalia. Nice tackle by Cohen. He takes the ball away, and Jim Ryan controls for Dallas wearing number 7. Alan Hinton is open here on the left side, but Ryan doesn't see him. Now he does. And the pass is behind Hinton and controlled by Steve Hunt of the New York Cosmos.
Steve Hunt is, another of my favorite words, is quite ubiquitous on this team. We have him playing up front, we have him playing in midfield, and now we have him coming back to help out on defense. Absolute dynamo of energy here.
Topic, number 18. Kevin Cooley comes back and then lets him go. This is Ramon Mifflin, number 15, at the 35, inside the danger zone. Kicked away by Kevin Cooley, number 10 of Dallas. Pelé, one-on-one with Roy Turner. Quite a scramble, and Glenn Myernick comes out of it with the ball for the Dallas Tornado. Alan Hinton, number 11. Hinton dribbling up toward midfield. Dmitrievich marks him, now goes over to confront Ballinger. Right side, Neil Cohen, inside the 35. Nice move by Cohen. Cohen to John O'Hare. O'Hare taken away by New York. The Cosmos get it back with 20 minutes and 56 seconds remaining, and Shep Messing will have the ball for New York. Paul?
And again, the player who pushed the ball back to Messing was Steve Hunt, who this time turns out way over on the far side of the field. Simply been everywhere in this game.
Number 12 was Bob Smith. This is Topic wearing number 18 for New York. Steve Hunt
again.
Yep, he is all over or ubiquitous, as you said.
Is that what I said?
Yes, you did. I rather like the word. Neil Cohen misses the ball, but Meyernick gets it back for the Tornado. 20 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 1-0 New York leads.
I can tell you that not only is he ubiquitous, but he's
good
everywhere at the same time.
20-20, the time remaining. 1-0.
One of the things that is puzzling me a little about this game is the fact that we have this very good forward at Derby, Alan Hinton, who's the captain, number 11, and he's not getting into the game enough. He's out here on the left wing, and the ball is simply not coming to him, and one wonders why, in fact, he wouldn't be instructed to move in. Substitution?
Substitution for the Dallas Tornado, and into the game comes, I think, Kyle Rote Jr., number 12.
Interesting move, this, because the man who's gone off is Roy Turner, the man who's been marking Pelé, which may signify that the Tornado at this point are fed up with defending. They're 1 goal down. There's no point in it. There he is, Kyle Rote, an attacking player. This must mean, I can only interpret this as meaning that Dallas are now going to attack more and more, that they've given up on defense.
Paul, they're going to a 4-2-4, which they used so successfully last week, and you might explain exactly what that concept is.
I'll try, yes. 4-2-4, 4 numbers. 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, 4 attackers. What they've been using up to now was a 4-3-3, 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and only 3 attackers. So they're putting 1 extra man into the attack, shortening midfield by 1 man. And I would expect to see them coming forward as much as they can now, and unquestionably playing the ball to Kyle Rote as much as they can get it to him.
Here's Pelé.
Now, I should mention...
Great pass by Pelé to Canaglia, and Cooper comes out, and Meyernick kicks it toward the corner as it goes across the goal line, and he saves it, but still trouble now. Cooper drifts back. Dmitrievich, header, over the goal. Popic over the goal.
Plenty of action on that. Pelé breaking suddenly. Marvelous pass to Canaglia. Meyernick not controlling the ball there, giving it back. A centre coming in. Now there's Topic up. Plenty of time, and he heads over the bar. I think he would imagine that he could do better than that. On a shot like that, straight in front of the goal with time to get up and really thump your forehead into the ball.
18:54 remaining. Tornado. John O'Hare controls. It's across the touchline. It'll be a Dallas throw-in. Tornado at home against San Jose next Saturday night, 8 o'clock at Omni Stadium. Our score 1-0. The Cosmos lead on Bob Smith's second half goal. In the rain in New Jersey. This is Keith Eddy, captain for the Cosmos.
He may try and play that off the other player's legs to get a... He tried it, but it didn't succeed. Finally, I guess that was Aitken who cleared it over the touchline, throw into Dallas.
And it will be a Dallas throw-in with 18:15 remaining. Let's see who's going to take it now for Dallas. This is Tony Ballinger, number 17.
Trying to dry the ball so that it doesn't slip out of his hands. 2 hands on the throw, over the head, that's the throw.
John O'Hare with Ramon Mifflin. Back to the Cosmos, and here comes Alan Hinton to control for Dallas. Sends it forward, but nobody's there except Shep Messing, New York goalkeeper.
You notice Shep Messing then did not whack the ball yards downfield, which is a favorite ploy for goalkeepers, one that I'm never too keen on.
Played away by Topic. Steve Petcher for Dallas, number 4. Kevin Cooley, number 10. Nice move by Cooley. Keeps it away from Topic. Passes for Kyle Rote Jr., but taken away by New York. Topic to Pelé, but kicked out by Tony Ballinger.
I wonder if that means that Bellinger is replacing Turner as the man who's marking Pelé. Bellinger seems to be sticking very close to him. We're losing Bellinger as an attacking player.
How would you like to be a 19-year-old marking Pelé?
I wouldn't like to be my present modest, well, never mind how old I am, marking Pelé either.
Here's Pelé and Ballinger. Pelé cuts inside. Ballinger with a nice takeaway. Tony Ballinger. Jim Ryan lets it go, and it's taken by Dmitrievich. Vito Dmitrievich. New York has it. Pass over to Topic. But Meyernick gets there in time and saves it for Dallas.
Another example of the ball not rolling as quickly as he'd want it to. I think with the amount of weight, the amount of power that Mifflin put into that pass on a dry ground, that would have reached Topic. On this wet, it didn't.
Mifflin Good pass to Canaglia. Canaglia just misses.
My word, Canaglia is so quick on that. I just don't know how he gets his foot out so quickly there. I thought that ball had run away from him.
16-18 remaining in the game. And let's look at
Mifflin's pass. Now watch this second touch of the ball here. That foot, that right foot is up so quickly to get that second touch there.
16:07 remaining now from the Meadowlands in New Jersey. This is Dallas Tornado Soccer. We are back in the Tornadoes. George Lay has it, but it's taken away by the Cosmos. And here's Topic. 2-on-2 as Topic controls at the 35. Two Dallas defenders back. This is Glenn Meyernick. Topic working on him. Passes off to Steve Hunt. It's kicked away, but Topic has it back. Topic looking for the opening. Tries to give and go with Canaglia. Here's Pelé. Pelé quickly over to Steve Hunt. Hunt cocks and fires.